All right, guys, 11:02. We, speaking of two, only have 2 weeks left. This week is really our final week of class, and then the following week is going to be final exam week. Now, of course, this class does not have final exams. What we have instead, which would have taken place during our final exam period, which is the 27th, Monday, okay, due by 10 a.m. in the Dropbox and Canvas, is your oral presentation. Have you gone into Files, Main Course Folder, Course Information, and clicked on the attachment titled OP, Oral Presentation? If you haven't, you might want to get on that, okay? If you haven't read The Importance of Being Earnest yet, what are you doing? Okay, get on it. I've had some of you email me, and by some I mean like two, if that. Email me about topics, possible topics, things you might want to research and analyze, make an argument for. Your opinions on deception going on in this play. A lot of deception. We have Algernon, we have Jack, Ernest, Algernon, Bunbury. We have Lady Bracknell as kind of the fulcrum of high society, trying to advise Jack, Ernest, not to marry Algernon's cousin. Of course, it's a comedy of errors. Everything at the end kind of falls apart, but comes together too, because what do we find out? Jack, Ernest, while he was pretending to be Ernest, funny enough, ironically enough, the whole time he was Ernest, okay? Now, of course, there's a double entendre there, double meaning on Ernest. Ernest meaning forthright, honest, not deceiving, okay? But that's what's happening the entire play. A lot of deception, a lot of sort of comedy of errors activity going on here. But the truth is revealed at the end. He actually is Ernest. In comedies, dramas on stage, comedies on stage, there's a resolution at the end. That's what really differentiates it from a tragedy. A tragedy, there is a central character that experiences a downfall that he could have otherwise prevented, that he could have, he didn't necessarily have to go on the path that he went on to sow the seeds of his own demise. That's what's tragic about it, okay? If only he knew, okay? However, a comedy ends usually in a union of couples, a marriage, resolution. All of the murkiness that came before it is cleared up, okay? How is that working in The Importance of Being Earnest? Well, I just told you. Jack is really Ernest, and he is really Algy's brother, okay? Which is kind of strange because Algernon's cousin is who Jack, Ernest, marries at the end. His own cousin. Okay, interesting. So I hope you guys have latched on to something in the play. What are you thinking of writing on? What are you thinking of analyzing and arguing? A theme of the play? Do you want to find out or research, argue, analyze more about a certain character in the play? What about the setting, the time period? Late 19th century Victorian England. A time of uprightness and propriety and rectitude, okay? And Oscar Wilde is against the grain, a kind of bon vivant man about town, homosexual as well, not really looked upon favorably, okay, in society. So he is a rebel, all right? To this end, I've now provided in pages, everybody, a pretty recent staging of the play done by a college. I got a chance to look at it, and they really ham it up with the accents and how they articulate their lines. It's very Victorian, okay? Also, I gave you in pages a little a little, the site's called Watch Mojo. Maybe you guys have heard of it. They cover pop culture and entertainment. They do a lot of top 10 lists. But apparently, some years ago, they did things you need to know about the importance of being earnest, okay? They talk about some of the ideas. They talk about some of the adaptations that have taken place on the screen throughout the years. So go in Pages. It might be worth, it's about a couple hours to play, okay? It's totally up to you. I'd recommend watching it as a complement to your reading the play, okay? But it might be worth your time there to kind of get you immersed into this world a little bit more. Speaking of the world, I might have made this argument in some detail with last week's video. I think that, this is just my opinion, that today, in today's American society, there is a new Victorianism. There seems to be this new movement of moral busybodies. You find them on the internet, you find them in various other media outlets wagging their fingers. You mustn't say that. Naughty, naughty. Okay? Who are the Lady Bracknells of 21st century, 2020 America? Okay? You might think of Harry Potter. I can never remember the woman's name. Professor Umbridge, I think her name is. I think she was in the 5th or 6th Harry Potter movie. She's the one who has all the rules, and you must abide by the rules. Okay? That's Lady Bracknell. That is the moral busybodies who are so concerned about what people say, how people act today. So if you want to kind of bring this play into modern times, you can do that too. Make an argument about how we're not so far removed from the world, the ideas discussed, and the importance of being earnest. Who is our Oscar Wilde today? Who is our kind of punk rock hero of today, cutting against the grain? Something to think about. So for the database research assignment, I'm recording this Saturday, the 18th. So that is due the 19th. So you will have turned that in as of seeing this video. And that was to get you all starting some, at least preliminary research, where I have you going into the library databases, okay? English and literature, drop down, you have like 5 databases. There's Bloom's database, Literature Finder, etc., etc. Typing in the field there, the importance of being earnest, or maybe something about your topic. By the way, this is all on the research paper description ditto in files, okay? I lay this out in pretty clear detail there. So you found at least 3 sources, okay? And recorded them for the assignment that's due on the 19th, okay? Now keep in mind, though, that the paper itself calls on more sources. If you read RPDESC, okay, the page count is 5, minimum of 5 pages, up to 7 pages, okay? How many secondary sources do you need? 4 to 6, so at least 4 secondary sources. Just like 1101, these sources must come from the databases, or if you could go to the library and get access to scholarly materials some other way. Of course, we can't do that during our interesting times that we're living in now. So your one-stop shop should be the library databases, which you go through in the SJR main page, library. You see English literature down there, click the drop down, and there are the databases, okay? Now, you remember from 1101, research is a process. This is going to take time to match your topic, your thesis, with what you are researching. And of course, you are using choice words and phrases from your secondary sources. Of course, you are quoting from the play itself. You need textual evidence from the primary source, the play, to support your position, your thesis, okay? So if you haven't gotten a jump on this, well, of course you have to some degree. I have your database research assignment as of you all viewing this video but get going, okay? The oral presentation is due by 10 a.m. on Monday, April 27th. What does this look like? Well, look at that OP attachment. I tell you, what you guys are going to be doing, and you could do this in Canvas. There is a tool called Studio. When you look to the left-hand side of your Canvas, you'll see up there, Studio. Click that, and you are able to record yourself audio-visually, okay, using your laptop's camera. You give a presentation, 5 to 7 minutes, where you're discussing your topic to some degree. What are you finding? Do you agree with your source author's points? Do you have contrasting points? What's your topic? What's your thesis? What do you think of the play? Okay? This is going to take up the necessary time, 5 to 7 minutes. Okay? How are you graded? You are graded on how well you maintain the appearance of professionalism in delivering your presentation. Okay? That's looking into the camera. That's delivering your presentation without stuttering, without ums and all those kind of stall tactics. So you might want to practice your presentation in front of a mirror. Of course, you could have notes, okay? You just have to be presentable, okay? You don't have to dress a certain way, but maybe reconsider the sweatpants, okay? You should look presentable, okay? And deliver that 5 to 7 minute presentation using the Studio tool in Canvas. Now, if you don't have a camera capability on your laptop, what you'll have to do is record, just audibly, record your presentation and submit it in the Dropbox that way. I have two means set up for you to deliver your presentation. Media files, a media file upload, and then a regular file upload. Okay, so I recommend, guys, that you don't wait until Monday the 27th by 10 a.m. Who knows if we experience any technical issues, okay? And look, this is 15% of your grade. Get going. Do this thing this week. There's no other assignments to do. It's just the oral presentation, due by the 27th, and then due by the 1st of May, your research paper, okay? 15%, 25%. We're talking 40% of your grade is due in the coming couple of weeks. Don't go to sleep on it, okay? If you need help, I am telling you, I am not a mind reader. I am not driving to your house or looking you up and knocking on the door. It's on you to come to me, and I'm happy to talk to you via email. Again, give me a call. 504-491-1180. Rarely am I doing something where I can't pull my attention away and help you, okay? Chances are I will drop whatever I'm doing to help you. I want you all to do well, okay? Any questions at all, you let me know, okay? 2 assignments left. That's it. I have no other work for you to do. The oral presentation, the research paper, on the importance of being earnest. Okay? That's it. Now, before you submit your paper by the 1st, you might want to brush up on your MLA conventions. Okay? How do you quote lines from a play? Okay? We have our resource in Pages, the OWL resource there, all things MLA. You have the little seagull, of course. Don't forget what you need in an MLA paper. You need a works cited page, hanging indent, and I'll remind you about this next week as well. Alphabetical by last name, the works cited page, and you need in-text citations in that paper from the play itself, from your 4 to 6 sources as well. If you have a rough draft you want me to look over, okay, let me know. I'm happy to look at it with you, okay? I would recommend this week playing around with the technology in Canvas. I'd recommend recording, submitting your presentation this week, okay? Remember, you have until Monday. All right, everybody. That's all I have today. Just urging you all to remember what we have left. Just 2 more assignments. Let's finish it out strong, folks. I hope you all are well, keeping sane, and mentally healthy as well as physical healthy. It's a tough go for everybody, guys. And I for what it's worth, I do miss you all. I miss being in the classroom. So I want us to maintain this feeling of we're all on the same team, even though we're not together, okay? I am here as a help, not a hindrance, okay? So you have to do your work, but I'm here to help. But you got to let me know, okay? All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close it out. Enjoy your week. Happy reading, happy researching, happy recording presentations. And I will talk to you again with one more announcement next week. Ta-ta.